What's up, guys? Eric here with Team Eccentric, and I'm bringing you guys not so much a combo tutorial as much as it is a little tip or trick with MERMAIL Atlanteans in case you get FUWALOSed. So if your opponent drops FUWALOS on you and you draw Neptibus and any combination of Rhine or Dragoons or any two-card combination of these three cards, you can rip cards from your opponent's hand as well as establish Mr. Rhine with heavy infantry and not give your opponent any cards whatsoever. So you're hand looping them. Essentially, they're already ripping themselves for one, and then you're not giving them any draws off the FUWALOS, and you're ripping two more cards. So that's, I mean, it doesn't give you the best end board, but you can mold your plays and figure out lines based on that, and that's something that I think is very valuable with this deck. And that's actually one of the ways I won some of my games whenever my opponents would FUWALOS me. If I drew a two-card combination of any of these, I would just hand loop them and end with heavy infantry, Rhine, and I think Poseidra or Teus, which really did work. So we'll do this route, right? Rhine and Dragoon, or Rhine and Neptibus. So let's say your opponent drops FUWALOS on you, right? So let me just get a FUWALOS out here, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So your opponent decides, oh, this dude's on MERMAIL, FUWALOS. Okay, this is fine. We'll play under the FUWALOS. So here, you're going to normal summon Neptibus. You're going to use Neptibus, and you're not even going to attempt to use Shadow Squad's effect. You're going to send Atlantean Dragoons for cost. Then you're going to add Atlantean Dragoons to your hand. Then Atlantean Dragoons will trigger. You're going to add Deep Sea Minstrel. So from here, you're going to use the Minstrel, ditch the other Dragoons, and you're going to look at your opponent's hand, and you're going to banish one until the end phase in case your opponent does have some kind of way to stop you. Then you have to, then you can kind of mold your combo appropriately. But this route just allows you to at least get knowledge into what your opponent's playing. So then Dragoons here will add you Molten Glacier. Then you use Abyss Rhine, tributing the Neptibus for cost, and you're not summoning from your deck. You're actually adding your copy of Poseidra the Storming Atlantean. And then Neptibus will trigger in your grave. You're going to summon back one of your Atlantean Dragoons. Then you're going to use Poseidra. You're going to send Atlantean Dragoons for cost to summon. Dragoons will trigger. You're going to add Heavy Infantry. You can either add Heavy Infantry, or if you feel as if your opponent's going to try to clear your board and go for an OTK, you can add Neptibus. So that way when they clear the Poseidra, you can use the Rhine, send the Neptibus, bring this back. But usually I'll add a Heavy Infantry just as a less complicated way to try and clear my opponent's cards, right? So remember, your opponent's already down one. You've temporarily banished one from their hand, and now you have 5 waters in your grave. So from here, you drop Molten Glacier, the Elemental Lord, and that rips 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So now your opponent, effectively, at the end of your turn, only has 1 card in their hand, and then Minstrel gives them back the second one, and then they start on 3 cards, and they got no draws off the FUWALOS. So that's one way to function around FUWALOS, right? Now, obviously, it's not the best, but usually you'll draw other hand traps, because remember, this was a 2-card combo featuring Neptibus and Rhine, or Neptibus and Dragoons. So you'll draw things like Impulse, Ash, Imperm. There's other ways to, try and stop your opponent, giving you draw the right hand. But that's just one of the ways that I figured I would give you guys kind of a tip on how I play through FUWALOS personally. I mean, this is one route. Granted, this doesn't, end you with the best board. I mean, you have Molten Glacier and Poseidra, but it does, at the very least, make your opponent go minus and punish them for FUWALOSing you. And that's something that I think this deck can do rather easily, actually. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Eric here, Team Eccentric, and I'm signing out.